Welcome. This is Touch Gloves Boxing. I go by the name of Biyenge, featuring yours Truly Tre. When you're ready. It's going down. There's a lot going down in boxing, man. Every month we get boxing. Whew. I'm excited, man.
Trust me.
Good year, 2022.
What you saying though, cuz man? What you saying? Like, how's your weekend been though? Other than
Been
that,
alright. Yeah, been good. It goes too fast. But it's been good. It's been good.
Too quick.
And
Trust me,
yours?
man. Yeah, no, it was a nice chilled one. Obviously, man. Just spent some time with my close brethren, man. Obviously, big up Migs and the rest of the man. Them obviously, I got to meet his little one, so Anthony. So obviously, big up. He gets obviously a shout out on the pod. But yeah, man. Other than that, cuz man, like, you know how we do business, man. We like to get straight into it. Obviously, this week we didn't have a sort of major event, but we've had a course of different news that's obviously come out. That's going to be major for the sport. So, cuz I just want to start off with the sort of taster. Let me start off with the taster. The taster, and for me, is my opinion, is going to be quite interesting for the heavyweight division. We've got obviously Andy the Destroyer Ruiz Jr., the first Mexican heavyweight champion. Obviously, it's been announced that he will be fighting the Cuban, who a lot of people have avoided over the years, King Kong Ortiz. Cuz, how would you review this fight, man?
Aye.
How would you like preview this fight? I'm talking about
Mm.
review like we've seen it, man. How would you preview this, cuz?
If this fight took place, let's say, 3 years ago, I would most probably say Luis Ortiz, if I'm honest with you, because about 3-4 years ago, I didn't know much about Andy Ruiz until he beat AJ. But I feel that the advantage that Andy Ruiz got in this fight is that he's younger, possibly fitter, and he's quicker. The disadvantage for Luis Ortiz, he's just old. And judging on his last fight, I didn't really like his performance because when he fought Charles Martin, it seemed like he was losing pretty much every round until the later round. So it's going to be an interesting one. I mean, who would I prefer to win? I'll probably have to go for Andy Ruiz, isn't it? The young guy.
Younger guy, innit?
But
Yeah.
but Luis Ortiz is a banger, and Wilder has made the statement. He said a lot of people avoid the boogeyman.
Yep.
Because he's dangerous.
Yes.
So it's I could see this. Well, I could see somebody getting knocked out in the later round.
Oh, well, you going for knockout?
Yeah, have to, man. You have to because again, judging on Andy Ruiz's last performance when he fought Chris. Personally, I think Chris won that fight.
Oh, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Yeah, because he
It's
dropped Andy Ruiz.
debatable.
How many times did he drop Andy Ruiz? Was it once or twice?
I believe it was the once, and the other time was a bit questionable. I believe.
And not even that. It's like these two, Ruiz and Ortiz, right? They both got ring rust, so it'll be interesting just to see, how they will both perform. But it's going to be a good lineup. I mean, it's going to be a good fight. If Ruiz beats Ortiz, then Ruiz should fight Wilder.
Yeah, that's. I think that's the fight that will bring Wilder out of sort of the space that he's in right now. Obviously, he's just chilling. We're not too sure. Not chilling as in like doing nothing stupid or nothing, but he's just. I think he's weighing up his options. He doesn't need to sort of rush back into another fight. He just obviously had a trilogy with Fury, and that's obviously taken a lot of, that can take a lot out of you. So I think that break could do him justice. Obviously, it's more training with Malik Scott as well, and I definitely feel that Malik, the more time he has to train with Wilder, I think the better he's going to get, man. I know a lot of people say like you can't teach an old cat new tricks, man, but
Yeah.
I think Wilder will benefit a lot from Malik Scott because you saw in the sort of the third fight with Fury that he fought differently, man. He had like it looked like a strategy. He was working towards the strategy, and he was more or less setting up that right hand rather than just going for blows straight away. Do you get it? So it
Mm.
was look more calculated.
But then again, just going back to Ruiz and Ortiz, if Ortiz wins, he should either fight the winner out of Derek Chisora and Pulev, or challenger Daniel Dubois.
But for the regular,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
it's only fair. It's only fair.
it would be. I think it would be a good title for him, and I think it would be a good test for Daniel Dubois if he fights one of these guys. I think he needs to fight one of these guys now. I think he's ready. He's ready. He's ready for the big dogs.
I know he's ready, but remember he's still young in it. He's only 24, and they don't want to rush his career.
Sway is 24. Dubois.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You're right, man. You know, sometimes you forget that sometimes, man, because
Yeah,
he's so
yeah.
big, and you won't just associate him being. Yeah, he's still very young,
Mm.
like you said, Cosman. So it does make sense in terms of them building him up. That's why it's good that he's the regular champion. Do you know what I mean? That title there, as it's not a, let's say, a top world title, but it's still a credible enough title to have defenses, create opportunities, and especially for those guys that are waiting to fight, the main guys for the main belts. That's the next in line. It's the stepping
No,
stone belt.
defo. No, definitely,
Yeah,
definitely. But
yeah,
they have to play it safe with him. Like I said, he's still young. You don't want to rush him. The worst thing is for them to throw him at a deep fight and then he loses that title and then he's back to square one again. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't want to miss on that opportunity. Because when you think of it, when just rewinding back, when Dylan beat Povetkin, Dylan did call out what's his name? Trevor Brian
yeah,
Trevor whatever his name is. Yeah, he
yeah.
did
So
call
right,
him
yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah.
Technically that could have been Dylan's shot, but then again, Dylan could perhaps challenge Dubois for the belts. But hey, we shall see.
We shall see. We shall see. All right, cuz man. Obviously, this has been building up on social media for quite a few days. We've seen the wars. We've seen back and
Mm,
forths. We've
mm,
seen brothers involved as well.
mm,
Cuz you already know what I'm about to get at,
mm.
man. Obviously, Mr. TNT. Obviously, Tommy Fury is finally gonna fight Jake Paul. The grudge match is on. It's happening at Madison Square Garden. We're seeing a major event. Once again, he's got Serrano in the cards as well, which is obviously got big up Jake Paul. He's always bringing in his people. And it looks like he has £1 million bet with Tyson Fury about the winner. So this
Mm.
makes it a little bit more juicy. So he's got some extra money to work for here, man. So this is going to be interesting because just break it down for me, man. Like, obviously, you're the man.
Do you know
Break
what?
it down for
If
me.
I'm honest with you, just being this is just my opinion in it. I think this fight it could go either way, but something telling me it might be a draw because both of them don't like each other.
Yeah,
I feel that Jake Paul's got one over Tommy, as in like mentally. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
the
Like with all
mind
the
games and
jokes
stuff
and
like
this and
that.
that. Do you know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Being disrespectful
Sucked him
and
in
just trolling him on the social media.
online. Yeah, yeah,
And with Tommy, it's like his not his last performance, but when he fought the opponent in America, who
mm.
that I don't know, that WWE wannabe guy.
Yeah.
I
Oh, yeah,
expected him to knock him out,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I wasn't really happy with that performance. And
Mm,
remember, Jake Paul, he's been active constantly,
mm,
and I don't know. I, I don't know. I honestly think it's gonna be a close one.
mm.
That's just my opinion because I think again as boxing fans, we may be overlooking Jake Paul. I know, yeah,
100%.
he's a YouTuber, but technically he's a boxer now.
Yeah, you have to.
You know,
Now
and
you have to.
not even that, you got to give him credit. He's actually going to fight an actual boxer.
Yeah, now it's no excuses, man. He's
Now
about
it's
to
no
get in there.
excuses.
Yeah, he's about
But
to get in there with a proper one.
my question is, what happens to the loser? So let's just say
Mm.
if Jake Paul loses, does he rematch Tommy? Or if Tommy loses, Because Fury said if Tommy loses, boxing ain't for him. His own brother said that. He said if Tommy loses to a YouTuber, yeah, forget it.
Cause that's what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, he's obviously because it comes with like, especially when you're a professional boxer, for example, it's a low, it's a high risk, low reward sort of situation for Tommy Fury, in a sense where because he's the registered professional boxer, he's obviously known as the boxing's in his blood, etc. Jake Paul, in this situation, he's obviously the, let's say, the YouTuber. He's the newbie in this. He's the novice. He's got nothing to lose. But then at the same time, the reason why Paul is very clever in what he does is because he knows that with boxing, it's a mental aspect as well, man. And he's sucking him in to the sort of online trolls and doing these sort of bets with Tyson Fury, and he's a very clever guy in terms of like marketing, from just thinking about it from a marketing and a commercial perspective. He's obviously generating noise for viewers. People are going to obviously click based on what he's saying online, but then at the same time he's making the build up good for us fans, because we generally think like, raw, that this is a grudge match between these two, man. But it's business at the end of the day. And
This
I
is
think that
his.
the loser is going to be peak. It's going to be really peak, because I don't think I've even answered your question. I think if Fury was to lose, just hang up the gloves, man. But it's not even a bad thing though. It's not even a bad thing. He's got a big following. He's got businesses and stuff like that. I'm sure he could just do other stuff, man. Because at the end of the day, even though it's not even like it's not a disrespectful one, yeah. But at the end of the day, he's got boxing in his blood. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's got more experience than Jake Paul. Do you get it? So
Yeah.
if he loses, it's that if you lose to someone, we're not putting down Jake Paul, because he's done tremendously well. Like, he's done great. But if he loses to Paul, then that's not going to be good on his reputation, man.
Well, I mean, how I see it, for him to beat Paul, he has to knock him out. Because again, like people will question me like, wait, hold on, you beat a YouTuber on points. Do you know what I mean? People be like, wait, hold on. So it's just one of them ones where Fury made a clear statement. He said, like, look, he broke it down. Tyson Fury said the English light heavyweight champion, yeah, will beat Jake Paul. If his brother cannot beat Jake Paul, forget it.
He's just speaking facts. But then but cause this is why, like, as sort of men, as warriors, as competitors, this is the sort of pressure that you need to give you enough motivation to go out there and get the job done. Like, in the back of your mind, like, so let's say he gets, like, in a fight, let's say he gets knocked down. In the back of his mind, I'm sure he's probably gonna be thinking, "Yo, this is what my brother said. That if I lose, do you know what I mean? These little,
For me, I remember when Jake Paul he came out on social media the other day, said Tommy has dropped out again. Yeah. And then he said, oh, because for various reasons. But then Tommy's dad came online and said, oh, the reason why Tommy can't fight in America, because I think his team won't be there in America, and they don't want him involved with another team because he's like the head coach.
yeah.
But then the following day, then Tommy said, no, I'm coming to fight. So it's just like, I don't know what's going on, but he has to take Jake Paul serious. Don't. All I'm saying is don't overlook him. I can personally see a knockout. I can see both of them getting knocked down.
Yeah,
if I'm honest,
definitely.
that's me being honest.
Because of,
Is
because of
this a
the
6-rounder or 8-rounder?
I'm not too sure, cuz that's why I need to sort of double check, man. I'm not too sure if it's a 6-rounder, 8-rounder. I need to sort of double check that right now as we speak, because
The press conference is going to be jokes. Sorry, man, but the press conference is going to be funny.
That is going to be mad.
He might as well take his missus with him,
Who? Oh no,
Yeah,
that
no, guys, oh,
no,
bro, at
cause
the end of the day, look,
you know
you got to
what's
think
gonna happen,
from a
cause
business
man,
point of view. Yeah,
you know what's
this
gonna
is
happen.
entertainment. This is entertainment. Do you know what I mean? It's entertainment. It's a bit like, I don't know. Let me just use a random name: Triple H, Stephanie McMahon,
Yeah.
Gold Dust, and Terry. Do you know what I mean? So it's at the end of the day, it's entertainment.
Mm.
But it will be interesting. All I want, yeah, I want the judges to be fair as well. I
Yeah,
want that. They
it
need to
has
have an
to.
English judge. No, mutual judge. Yeah,
Big
mutual
up,
judge. Whatever, but it has to be fair. And the ref has to
obviously.
be fair as well. Because remember, he's going there. He's going to his backyard. So if anything, the way I see it, yeah, however it goes, if let's just say Fury does the job
Mm.
and there's a rematch, Paul
Mm.
has to come here. It's
It's
only
true.
fair.
It's
It's only
true.
fair.
It's true. It's true.
And
Obviously, yeah, yeah.
go
Go
on.
on, go on. Carry on, carry on, carry on, carry on.
Obviously, this is also one of this is his biggest purse, isn't it? Biggest paycheck. He's getting paid
Yeah,
like what, 2 million?
yeah, he's getting a big purse, man. He's getting a
That
decent.
is big. I gotta rate that. That is big considering like look, this is a non-title fight, and he's had what, a couple of fights in what, 6 fights, 6 or 7 professional fights. Well, you gotta give him credit.
Yeah, social media is massive, man. It's massive, man. Obviously, before I say my points as well, man, we gotta big up our favorite guy right now, man. Obviously, iBoxing Hub. Obviously, really appreciate you coming into the show. Obviously, big up. He's obviously saying Adam Azim is the next superstar. We're gonna run onto that right at the end. Don't watch, brother. The answer to your question, cuz 8 rounds.
8 rounds.
Obviously, big up iBoxing Hub for the info.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, my brother. And what he's saying is, if I'm
Mm.
Tommy Fury, I'm leaving for the UK for 3 months, and I'm spending time training with Sugar Hill to try and develop his boxing. I do definitely agree with that. I want to hear John Fury talk about Ben Jake's girl like a dog. Obviously, big up iBoxing Hub for the info as always, man. We love that. We love the involvement, and that's what we want with the podcast. We just want everyone to sort of get involved in the discussions. Obviously, it's not our podcast; it's everyone's. We want everyone to sort of have a view, have their say about what's going on within the sport. But yeah, cuz man, just a quick one. What I was thinking, in fact, is it's a really peak situation. Like you said about if Molly May was to, be there, that will just give. When you have that kid that in school that's a sort of practical joker. He's always cussing people. All he needs is that little ammunition. That's ammunition for him, man.
Yeah.
That would be
I,
ammunition for him.
I
I think she
personally
should
think
be involved in that, man.
if it's an 8 rounder, I think Jake is gonna be what he's going to try and mock Fury in the ring, like just talking in his ear,
Yeah.
like hugging him, slapping his bottom or something. I don't know, just trying to get him frustrated. Do you know what I mean? And I
Mm.
think Fury shouldn't play Paul's game. He should just go there and box and
Exactly.
just,
Exactly.
you know, teach him a lesson.
Exactly, exactly. I wish it was that easy, but like with the science of boxing, the mental aspect as well. That's something that you have to manage and control.
Yeah, of
The
course. Yeah.
person who could control their emotions as well, not get too involved in the hype. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like you got to find the balance as well. Like you want to also entertain and put something on for the build up, but you don't want to overdo it to the point where you're getting emotionally involved. And what I feel could happen with Fury is this is Paul's market right now in terms of the social media, the trolling online, and all of that. And then because I see when he announced the results, he obviously put like that picture of Tommy Fury at Love Island. You see it next to him. I was just like, come on, like this guy, he knows what he's doing. This guy knows what he's doing. He's a smart guy. This
Yeah.
is something that people have to give credit to Jake Paul for. This guy, as much as you can hate him or he's not a proper boxer or whatnot, the guy is an excellent businessman. He's got an excellent marketing team. He knows exactly what he's doing, and they both, equally deserve this big paycheck. Paycheck, man. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, big up,
Yeah.
man. Big up, man. But if I was to just ask you just before we move to the next subject, cause you're it seems like you're on the fence, man. But if you're putting your money on someone, I know you don't bet, I know you don't gamble, but if like let's say he's
Fury,
put, okay,
Fury,
yeah, you
Fury,
have to, you have to
Fury.
put it on the boxer,
Because
innit?
this is legitimate beef. This is not just boxing. This is beef.
Yeah,
So yeah, Fury.
yeah, it's
But
personal.
but Jake can cause an upset. See what I mean? So
He can.
yeah,
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying. He can. Cause
mm,
obviously we're getting to the big one right now. I'm not gonna lie. I think we've waited for this trilogy now for a long time.
mm,
This is a massive, massive fight. Of course, I'm doing this build up because this is gonna be a huge fight. Eddie
mm.
Hearn is right. Like I think he was sort of speaking in an interview and he was saying that they're trying to compare that fight with another fight. I think Errol
Yeah,
Spence and Crawford and
yeah,
this trilogy. In terms of
yeah,
the noise that is creating, you
yeah,
know this trilogy is,
yeah.
for the purists, don't get me wrong, for the
Well, here's the
purists is
thing.
beautiful.
Here's the thing, right? If Errol Spence and Terence Crawford,
Yeah.
if they had already set a date, yeah,
Mm.
and the fight was happening, let's say September,
Yeah.
I probably think Errol Spence and Terence Crawford will probably, create more noise because it's just
Yeah.
like, look, yes, we were looking forward to watching the trilogy, but it's not going to be the same fight again for
Yeah.
Triple G.
Yeah.
Let's just be real. I mean, look, the first fight, personally, I think Triple G won.
Yeah.
Second fight, I give it to Canelo. But third fight, bro, I think Triple G can do the job.
You know what? That's the
Do,
thing.
do you know what? Say it's got there. Do you know what I
Yeah.
think Triple G can do the job? I watched the press conference. Yeah, I feel that Triple G is in Canelo's head.
Yeah. 100.
Canelo does not like him. And
Yeah.
other than that, Canelo's saying like, yeah, after Triple G, I'm going to Bivol. A lot of boxers are doing this thing like, yeah, after this person, I'm gonna fight that person. Wait, one at a time. One at a
Mm.
time. Remember before it was like, yeah, I'm gonna beat Bivol, then I'll challenge, I don't know, whoever.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I think it's gonna, I don't know. I think okay, it can't go on points.
No. This fight
This
can't.
it can't. Somebody
No.
has to get knocked out. It
Someone
can't go
has
on
to get
points.
knocked
If it goes
clean,
on
like
points, we
clean.
already know who's won.
Yeah.
So it can't go on points. It can't go on points. Like
Mm.
Triple G, he has to apply the pressure. He has to put pressure on Canelo. He has to. But just imagine. So if he beats Canelo, ooh,
It's done.
what
It's
happens?
Yeah, it's live again, cuz it's live. You know it's live again. The thing is, this is why like I get what you're saying in terms of the marketing, the promotional campaign behind like a Errol Spence and Crawford. For us purists, 150 million%, I do agree that it would be, a lot more, but because everyone's been looking forward to this for them for a minute. So yes, I agree. But the reason why this fight is very interesting is because Canelo just came from a loss, yeah, from Bivol.
Mm,
His mind, he wanted Bivol straight away, but obviously Eddie got him this fight and obviously convinced him and his team that look, it makes better sense fighting Golovkin. Now, the twist in this fight is the last time they fought, it was for Canelo's title, for Golovkin's title. Now
mm,
Golovkin's moving up to 168 for the first time. And
mm,
yeah, even though he's at the later age part of his career, but
mm.
when you just need that last bit of motivation,
Motivation.
like
Yep.
maybe he hasn't been motivated these past few years. He just wanted this guy and he wanted Canelo. He's finally got Canelo and it's
Yeah.
for Canelo's belts as well. We might
Yeah.
see the best of Triple G here, man. We
Wow.
might.
Listen,
We might
if
see the best
Triple
of him.
G wins this fight, yeah.
It's
Oh
mad.
my god.
It's
Like
mad, man.
literally, I'm just trying to deep it. So, is there a rematch clause on this?
No,
Clearly not,
I
because
doubt
obviously
it.
the way
Yeah,
it's
because they
looking.
think he's gonna. Look, Canelo's team are saying that they're gonna retire Golovkin. This is what they're overlooking him completely, which, in my opinion, is a big mistake, man. Because you can't be
Wow.
overlooking fighters, especially
Tri-
Triple G. Triple
Triple
G.
G, if he beats Canelo, he can actually retire and vacate
Yeah,
the
he's done.
belts.
He's done. Yeah, he's
It-
done.
and the thing is, yeah, I can actually see him doing that.
Yeah.
I can legit see Triple G in theory, winning the fight, and then be like, yeah, I'm calling it a day.
I'm done. Yeah, because that's his last. It's similar to like a Kell Brook situation, but he hasn't
Mm,
waited that long. He's
mm,
waited a certain period of time. He's always felt in his mind that he's won at least one of the fights that he fought Triple G in the past. Imagine that's lingering in his mind,
mm.
throughout. Even if he's having the fight, it's the title defenses, and he's doing what he can. Canelo's still in the back of his mind. Now that he's finally got him, I reckon he's going to put all his eggs on this basket and he's going to go for it, man. And if he wins, like you said, I think he's going to hang up his gloves and that's it, cuz.
So, all right, okay. So if Canelo beats Triple G, is Triple G gonna retire anyway? Or is he still? What's happening? Is he going back down to middle? Or?
That's the thing, man. We
All right,
don't
all right.
know. We don't know.
If Triple G beats Canelo,
Mm.
what's next for Canelo? Is he moving up to light heavyweight?
No, he has to. I think, me personally, what's next for Canelo potentially is if he doesn't, let's say he loses this fight, for example, yeah,
Mm, mm,
he, he has a few options, man. It's either middleweight, he tries, become an undisputed on that. So if anything, he's still, making history, becoming. Let's say he does it, he becomes two undisputed champions in those two weight divisions. He's
mm,
a
mm.
legend. So that can also be another sort of motivation for him, because light heavyweight, I'm not sure, man. Cause I'm
So
not sure about him in light heavyweight, cause man. I think his best weight is 168, cause man.
at the moment, right? I
Mm,
mean, I don't know how true it is or what's going on, but
mm,
Bivol, is in talks with 258, so he might be fighting Boatsi. Obviously, he'll be defending his belt.
mm,
So,
mm.
Canelo, is it that he wants to fight Bivol for his belt, or is it just the simple fact that Bivol beat him? Because let's just say
Beat
if
him.
Bivol loses to
Yeah,
Boatsi, then
yeah.
what's happening then? Is
No,
Canelo going to try and challenge Boatsi or what?
he's Canelo's going straight for Boatsi, man. You know he
That'd
is,
be
man.
interesting. That would be
You know
interesting.
you know he is because remember, Canelo right now is chasing legacies, isn't it? Right now, man, he's one of those guys that is chasing legacies, and I definitely feel that if that was the case, if Boatsi was to sort of beat Bivol, then Canelo's gonna go for Boatsi if he does beat Triple G. This is the thing. We're also doing the same thing as
But
well. We're
but
overlooking the Triple G.
just no. I know. I'm not. I'm just okay. In theory, let's just say, all right, Boatsi beats Bivol, right?
Mm, mm.
He doesn't have to fight Canelo because he would want to fight the winner of Yard and Bertabiv
Yeah,
to unify the division.
yeah.
That's mad.
But
Just,
Canelo's still the.
bro,
He's
just,
still.
just deep it. Sorry, I'm not even trying to
He's
change the
still.
subject. Just deep it, yeah.
You're right. You're
Imagine,
right.
yeah. Yard beats Bertabiv.
Yeah.
Boatsi beats Bivol. Oh my gosh,
Oh,
bro.
cuz.
Unification in the UK.
Yeah, that needs to
Probably
happen.
O2 Arena and that. But
Oh,
hey,
you
no,
know,
funny
man.
enough.
It's always gonna happen in
No,
your team.
but Bertabiv is fighting Yard at the O2 Arena on the 22nd of October.
What is it? Oh, two
Yep,
confirmed.
O2 Arena, baby. Told you.
Oh my
Yeah.
days, man. Why didn't try
Lions
not
in the
get a
camp.
football stadium, man?
Lions.
Lions in the camp. I'm
Lions.
happy. You know what it is? I'm happy for Lions in the camp. Obviously, like that's the
Just business,
energy.
baby. Just business.
Just business. Yeah, it is, man. But I just like the reason why I like football stadiums because the atmosphere that it brings is something different, man. You get
Mm,
the football fans involved and the
mm,
energy is a bit different. But look, O2's is still good. He's still in London. He's still gonna obviously
mm.
get the audience. Wait, where did he fight Lyndon Arthur the last time? Was it
Uh,
Copperbox?
yeah,
Oh
it's got a
yeah,
couple box in
that's a bit too
Stratford in
small
it. So
venue. Yeah, a bit
yeah,
too
yeah,
small
yeah.
venue for
It's going
for a
down.
title fight. Yeah.
Nah, that's that. No, but just deeper though. Like literally, just everyone who's watching this, yeah, or who's listening, just deep it, right? Bivol fights Boatsi. Buatsi beats Bivol. Yard fighting Bertabiv. Yard beats Bertabiv. Bro,
That's
in theory,
unification.
it'll be nice, but then something tells me there'll most probably be a rematch clause. The champion will probably have a rematch clause. I could be wrong. But it will be tremendous.
Yeah.
Unification, light heavyweight, here in England. Oh, mate. Oh,
That's what I want to see.
that's a
That's
dream come
honestly,
true.
that's what I want to see. But like for future purposes, what I personally want to see is, in these major title fights,
Mm,
no rematch clause, please, man. No
yeah.
rematch clause. The reason why, like, I don't like the rematch clause, obviously, I understand for business, it makes sense. You got to protect your
Mm-mm.
fighters, and I get all of that stuff, man. But I just think that you could slightly complacent, knowing that there's a rematch clause in a contract. In your back of your mind, let's say if you lose, in your mind you're thinking, oh, it's rematch clause anyway. I'm just gonna activate it. Like
Yeah,
George Kambosos Jr., for example, man.
mm-mm,
In his
mm.
mind, like, even though it's a different topic, he
Yeah,
lost against Haney, but in
yeah.
his mind, he knows rematch clause. Come
But
back.
having said that, look at Spence and Crawford. I'm assuming Spence, he might put a rematch clause in there because
No,
he's holding
man.
the majority of the belts. No,
No, he's not putting rematch. He's looking to just. That's
wow.
why I like. This is why I like Spence here.
Strap
Spence,
season,
strap
strap
season,
season.
strap season.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
shark
man.
is here to fish, man. He's out there, man. That's what I'm saying. That's why I like the
Mm,
guy, man, because no rematch clauses, down to business. He's gonna
mm,
sort things out, man. And I hope
mm.
that fight does happen sooner rather than later, man, so we could enjoy it, man. Because I'm still not too sure if it's gonna happen or not, man. It's still up in
It
the air.
will, it will,
It
it will.
will.
If it doesn't, then it's stupid. It will, man. It will happen. I don't know when. Well, no, in fact, it should happen this year. I'm assuming October, November. Yeah. It's gonna be big either way, man. It's gonna be big.
Massive, massive,
Yeah.
massive, massive. Oh my days. You know what, cuz man, I just clocked on, man. This show goes very fast, man. I
I
can't
know.
lie, man, because we
No.
ran through a lot of topics, obviously, just for iBoxing Hub, of course, cuz we have to obviously mention about who he thinks is a superstar, of course, Adam Azim. Did you manage to catch his
I
first round
saw the
knockout?
clips. I saw a quick
Yeah,
highlight.
yeah.
Listen. He's the man. He's the man. Sky Sports has got a new superstar. Do you know what I
Do you
mean?
think?
He's the man.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. Before we obviously just drop into that a little bit more, like I studied a lot of Prince Nassim, for example. I've seen quite a lot of his documentaries. I've seen
Yeah.
how he is as a guy, his character,
Listen,
everything.
I don't.
I don't
I don't
think he
think
can replicate that,
anyone
man.
could be
No,
like.
he
Listen,
can't.
Prince
He's
Azim, yeah, he was the
different level,
man. he
different,
was.
different
He was
level, cuz.
that guy.
Do you not see
Listen,
some of his entrances,
do you
cuz?
know who
Like
he
I'm just
remind me of?
sleeping it.
Um,
Who?
he remind me of a bit of a Scotty Too Hottie from
Oh,
WWE and D'Lo Brown, just dancing in the ring.
trust me, trust me. Nah, you know what? He's had some memorable entrances, man. He's had the
Mm,
flying carpet.
yeah,
He's had like the hologram when there was
yeah,
three people, and then he just comes
yeah.
up in the car. Like you see Prince to see him, and then he's
Energy,
aura in the ring,
energy.
energy, power. I
Mm,
think they shouldn't really be trying to compare him with him, man. I think just let him be in his own lane, let him do his thing. He looks very
yeah.
good. I can't lie. The knockout was good. I like the
Mm.
celebrations in the end. He did the Ronaldo Sue, but I heard he's a Liverpool fan, so I'm just a bit confused what happened there, man. But hey, big up, man. Big up anyway, man. But yeah, man. Big up
Yeah.
regardless anyway. Like
Mm,
he's a good talent for the
mm.
future, and I hope to see a lot more of him in the near future, of course, man, in some big fights, man. But in terms of comparing him to Prince Nassim, please just leave Prince Nassim in his own sort of bubble, because in terms of full package, entertainment, everything, power punching, agility, I think he was just second to none, man. So I don't think anyone should just sort of compare him to that, man. Not just yet. Not just
Definitely.
yet anyway, man. But because we're obviously coming up to the end of the show, of course, once again, I just wanted to just give this platform. We've got this platform anyway, man. But
Mm.
I just wanted to use this platform to obviously shout out our media partners. Obviously, never failed. They've reached 3,000 subscribers. So obviously, big up to them. Of course, they've obviously provided us with this platform to do what we do best. We obviously want to give the shout out to everyone who's obviously viewing the shows, commenting, the feedback, everything. We've obviously got some news that's going to be coming along in the next few weeks. It's obviously going to be great for the listeners. So just look out for the socials. We've got something prepared, which is great. So that when you're going on your train journeys to work, let's say the fight was the night before, you're going to work on a Monday, headphones in the train, you can slap on a quick podcast, and that's what we're looking to do. We're looking to bring that energy. But Mr. Sports Entertainment, cuz, how you gonna finish this podcast properly, cuz? How you gonna end this for us?
End of the show. Well, people, thank you for tuning in. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Again, like, share, and subscribe. Have a lovely, productive week. And we shall see you again next week, Sunday at 7:30. Take
Big up,
care.
big up, man.